Hello and welcome to CXone Next Gen Digital Customer Experience with Swedish Rail. I'm Tamsin Dolan with the Nice and Contact Product Marketing team. Swedish Rail, SJ, is a Swedish travel company that offers sustainable train travel between major cities in Sweden and the Scandinavian capitals of Stockholm, Copenhagen, and Oslo. Swedish Rail entrusted WebHelp, a global leader in business process outsourcing, and a Nice and Contact Dev1 technology partner to help them realize their digital vision with a seamless customer service experience around the clock. And that's where this story starts, with solid partnerships. In this session, WebHelp is here to share what it took to achieve Swedish Rail's vision with CXone and digital omnichannel service, including the keys to transformation success that others can learn from. I'm delighted to welcome our presenters from WebHelp. Today we have Elena Florin, a customer experience enthusiast who's continuously focused on driving operational efficiency and customer satisfaction in the digitized world of customer service. Elena is joined by Linnea Lindberg, who's full of digital insights for us today and a rumored fan of Marvel movies. The story we're going to hear is about next-gen digital customer experience, and that's not just for millennials. This is customer experience digital transformation story for all ages. And now I'd like to hand it over to Elena.
Thank you for the introduction, and hi everyone. So Swedish Rail is a Swedish travel company that offers sustainable train travel on its own and in collaboration with others. And as a market-leading train operator, SJ ties Sweden and Scandinavia's capital cities together. SJ is owned by the Swedish state, but with the task of operating profitable passenger traffic by rail, and each day 150,000 people choose to travel with one of SJ's 1,220 departures from 291 stations. SJ has also been named Sweden's greenest brand, best domestic transport, and Europe's most digital travel company. In the course of planning and traveling, customers contact SJ for a variety of reasons. It can be all from checking on delayed trains to disturbance on the tracks. And these, almost 1.4 million interactions, are handled each year by Swedish Rail's 150 advisors by phone, email, web chat, messenger, and social media, working from two contact center locations about 100 kilometers apart. The collaboration between SJ and WebHelp was started in 2013. Initially, the collaboration was as a traditional overflow solution where WebHelp would relieve SJ's internal customer service during periods of high incoming volumes. As a basis for this overflow solution, a basic staffing was contracted to secure the competence of WebHelp's employees. The assignment was developed to become a more traditional outsourcing solution where SJ chose to send selected skills to WebHelp. And then in 2016, a discussion was initiated on a possible digitalization in combination with the takeover of SJ's operations internal customer service. And this discussion culminated in a decision to conduct a study to identify the improvement potential in the event of a takeover and a digitalization of SJ's customer service operations. And the pre-study led by WebHelp showed good potential for higher efficiency, better quality, and opportunity to achieve an improved customer satisfaction. The potential for improvement was found primarily in the areas of business optimization, information and data processing, digitalization and self-service, as well as continuous improvement. In September 2018, the takeover took place, and now the two contact centers are working in sync, being unified on CXone cloud platform, enabling us to take the customer service to the next level. Looking at the SJ customer experience and way of contact methods, we handle all types of inquiries in all channels with a strategy to move our customers to the unassisted digital ways of contact. We are where the customer needs us to be at the time they need us to be there. And this is possible through, of course, assisted channels, but also possible by creating 24/7 access fields through smart digital self-service channels such as intelligent Q&As and an upcoming chatbot. So what we did performance insight analysis to make sure our work is accordingly to best practice. By using CXone as our consolidated tool, it gave us the possibility to consolidate all data for a deeper analysis that gives us insight for continuous improvement to optimize efficiency within all areas of our operation. We updated our dialogue strategy and tone of voice to be added on all channels, and with improved quality assurance across all channels, we can now secure conformity. It should always be the same great experience, no matter choice of contact method. That's very important. We created an internal and external knowledge database that gave all the advisor the proper tools being able to have and also to give the customers the correct information on time. And this increased efficiency and also the customer experience as well as the advisor experience. A key benefit of CXone is that SJ now has a truly multi-channel platform, as the previous solution only supported phone and email. And with CXone, we can now offer more channels, including phone, email, web chat, messenger, and social media, including Facebook, Wall, and Twitter. All of them are routed through CXone, which enable us to report on channel performance individually and collectively. And from that, dig deep into the data and through insights, constantly improve our customer experience performance, and from that, deliver exceptional service to customers across channels of their choice, using Nice in Contact as an ecosystem of supporting solutions. Now, let's hand over to Linnea to hear more about SJ's digital vision.
Thank you, Elena. So, hi everyone. I would now like to dig a little deeper into SJ's digital journey by answering 3 important questions, starting with the first one. What did SJ want to achieve with their digital journey? We wanted to create a we are everywhere all the time feel. We are where you are when you need us. And to do that, we gave the customer the tools they need and the tools that was missing to be able to help themselves in the most fast and easy way there is, with unassisted self-service channels, but in the same time also be available for the customer if they want to, whenever they want, with, for example, Messenger open 24/7. By creating unassisted digital channels in different shapes to attract the most visitors and get them to be able to answer their questions and solve their cases themselves, we have achieved that. So, why did Swedish Rail want to do this? We did it to be where the customer is, when the customer needs us, to strive for a unified experience, both in the app and on the website, regardless of target group. This is a strategy that is in line with SJ's overall digital journey, but also the right way to go when you're looking at both existing and growing use of apps, as well as mobile view and desktop. We wanted to build, develop, and digitize a unified delivery of SJ customer service despite choice of contact channel, and to increase efficiency while maintaining employee and customer satisfaction. So how did we succeed with our plan? The overall strategic was, and is still, to decrease incoming volume in manual channels like voice and email in favor of unassisted channels or other digital channels. We want to be available and accessible in the most efficient way there is from a customer point of view. I also want to mention that the common thread in the idea of placement and making changes to existing contact groups in the most cost-efficient way has been that customers should be able to find the answers to the questions themselves to the greatest extent possible. We did succeed with this by migrating customer using manual channels to contact customer service to an unassisted or a digital channel, such as smart Q&As, web chat, or messenger chat. By analyzing customer behavior and frequently asked questions, we improve self-service and change placing of digital contact methods continuously. By continuously analyze data and customer satisfaction data to create data-driven cases as a basis for decisions on improvement agenda, to always make sure that we keep up with the customer's needs and the feedback they give us, both through surveys and in web chat transcripts that we analyze. Without the customer, it's hard to improve yourself. All feedback they give us, we take in consideration to become better. And to get a better understanding of our journey, I will now show you a timeline over the past 3 years. We travel quite fast with our clients. So what you see here is a timeline of both a few small and big launches that we had since SJ's digital journey started in 2017. What's interesting to know is that as late as in 2015, you could only get an invoice of your purchase of tickets through snail mail. So the journey both for us and for our client has definitely happened quickly, but always with the customer in focus. The first month of launching the web chat, we had around 4,000 interactions, and we had only one chat banner placed on sj.se. Now, 3 years later, we have an average of around 30,000 web chats every month, and the chat has grown to be the biggest assisted channel of all. For the first time ever this year, web chat is beating voice as the most popular way of contacting SJ customer service. In late 2019, we launched a brand new function on sj.se called Floating Widget. Floating Widget is a quick access Q&A for the customer in the form of a question mark located in the right corner on every page on the website. There, customers can easily find answers to potential questions that they have regarding, for example, how to purchase tickets, how to rebook tickets, and where to find up-to-date traffic information. To migrate even more customers towards digital channels and a more digital behavior, we launched an IVR offer for the customer to transfer their contact to Facebook Messenger instead of voice. If they accepted the offer, the phone call ended and the customer received a text with a link directly to SJ's Messenger channel. As of today, around 3% a month of the incoming customers choose to transfer from voice to a digital channel. This function has not been possible without using CXone. A lot of things happened in late 2019, as you can see. We also launched an inline widget, which is our SEO optimized widget for frequently asked questions on the website. Later on, Elena will tell you a bit more about the great results and how digital self-service channels has changed customer service for us. In December, we also opened Messenger as our first digital channel to be open 24/7, 365 days a year for customer service purposes. Messenger is a fantastic digital channel due to that it is a channel that is fully on the customer's terms. It is a live chat at the same time, can be put on hold and still feel like a live interaction. Other pros is that it's an easily accessible channel if you're using the app. Everything you have written is automatically saved both for the customer and for the advisors, making it very efficient for our advisors to handle. For 2020, we have an average of 15,000 unique customers using Messenger every month. What we now are working on is to replace our floating widget with a conversational chatbot that will answer the customer's questions. And if the bot is unable to help, a seamless handover to chat will occur. Further on, we will also be making the bot become a smart bot and do things for the customer instead of just answering questions, like, for example, book a ticket. Now, I would like to show you a close-up on how we are working with Nice in Contact to make this seamless interaction with our web chat platform in our normal working day. This is a screenshot of how we handle web chat and messenger chats, and I would like to tell you how we became to the conclusion of what is the best number of interactions each agent can handle at the same time, while still keep a high customer satisfaction and be efficient. We tried different ways early after launching the web chat. One chat at a time was too easy and was about as efficient as an average phone call. A lot of advisors asked for more. We let them then accept as many simultaneously chats as they wanted. Some advisors were handling up to 7 chats at once. But we saw that by doing that, we lack in tone and we became very robotic in our answers. You would believe that the efficiency would hit the roof, but it was quite the opposite. Then we gathered feedback from our advisors about what they felt, and at the same time analyzing customer feedback through CSAT surveys, we soon discovered the best practice for the number of interactions an advisor can handle at the same time were 3, and then still remain a high performance in customer satisfaction, efficiency, tone, and first call resolution. If you're handling more than 3 interactions, the customer noticed it due to longer response time from the advisor. And we also saw that average handling time increased due to lack of focus and increased stress when the number of interactions exceeded 3. To fully understand what the customer is contacting us about and to get great insight, we have developed a system where we categorize every web chat, gather the data from the customer's questions, and we continuously try to make information and functions easier to understand and easier to self-handle. Thank you, and back to you, Elena.
Yeah, thank you, Linnea. So let's unveil some of the results possible to achieve with a broad mix of channel methods. Looking at these results, we first see in 2018. At this time, we handled only voice and web chat as an overflow partner for SJ, where WebHelp were the only one handling the web chat at this time. SJ's own service center were at this time handling voice and email and a very small volumes of social media. Then, looking at the transition in 2019, keep in mind that at this time we hadn't launched any unassisted digital channel. However, we by now had taken over SJ's internal customer service operation, meaning handling all channels, and have broadened the knowledge between the both sides, giving us a great capacity handling our most popular channel methods, the digital assisted web chat and messenger. And having CXone as a platform, now we could handle the web and messenger chat interactions simultaneously, meaning being able to push even more for digital channels as a way of contact with a fast response rate and high efficiency. Then looking at the 2020 results, at this time we have launched digital self-service channels, the inline and floating digits, now strategically replacing the web chat banners to smart Q&As, giving us this fantastic result in our digital self-service channels. Included in this result is the amount of successful hits, meaning each guide our customers has read in our digital self-service channel and that hasn't led to contact. So now the customer can, in a better way, more independently, solve their case, and that is truly a great customer experience. Looking at all successful interactions in unassisted channels as a potential contact, it's truly great being able to give the customer the independency in the experience and at the same time reach a more effective operation. So we're seeing a decrease in total interaction volume by 21% year on year, and that excludes the volume of the unassisted digital channel. So it's really great results. And we have also lowered voice from 75% to less than 30% of total contact volume. So the work at home topic, we all know that this year has been far from normal. Being in a time of a pandemic, being able to work at home is now more important than ever before. So WebHelp acted fast and introduced work at home early in March. The setup of work at home stations was very effectively, as our CXone cloud-based platform smoothly allowed us to run from other locations than the office. We opened up for VPN access, allowing us to instantly continue as business per usual. To have work from home as an option has been greatly appreciated by our clients and all employees, as this made the impact on the delivery very minimal, and everyone at risk can still work, but at home. And this has been so successful so that we are now looking into a hybrid model to blend work at home with the office. The main beneficial results we have seen so far with work at home is an improved wellness, meaning less attrition and less sick leave. We also see a better work and life balance, a higher level of personal motivation and well-being, as well as improved focus and improved efficiency.
Thank you, Elena. So let's wrap this up with the 5 key takeaways on successful digital transformation. Number 1, build the digital transformation on a multi-channel CC routing platform like Nice in Contact. It is hard to play with channel offerings for consumers and at the same time have the right mix of staffed and digital attended interactions without that infrastructure. 2, remember that it's a transformation journey and change takes guts. Stay lean and learn along the way. Number 3, it is a customer journey focused adventure. Take the customer's perspective. Test different ideas and learn from their reactions. Number 4, try to find easy-to-use solutions that gives immediate success, like asking the customer if the IVR and if they want to convert to Messenger, and store that choice in the system. Number 5, advisors' perspectives are also changing. It's not only the consumers that are changing. Thank you for listening, and back to you, Tamsin.
Well, thank you, Elena and Linnea, for sharing Swedish Rail's success story and some really great advice and best practices for what it takes to deliver a seamless digital customer experience for all ages. For our audience, if you're interested in learning more about having smart digital conversations with your consumers, I encourage you to visit our booth. It's look for CXone Digital Experience. Come by and visit the booth for some demos and information. And now we're going to open it up for your questions, so please submit them in the chat window.
And hello, everyone. Let's see what questions we have in our Q&A. Please submit your question in the Q&A panel for Alina and Linnea. Let's see, we've got a few questions coming through. So I'll let you decide who wants to answer this first one, Elena. The first question is, you mentioned that work at home was introduced early on during the COVID break. Was this new news for customers, or did some or even all have a mix before the pandemic? And how about WebHelp as a company? Did you or do you have work at home agents?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. Elena here speaking. I will take this one. We quickly introduced work at home to protect our business, meaning a minimal impact on delivery and also minimal impact on our employees. And this was new news for our customers in the Nordic cluster, I must say. Even though the topic has been discussed with customers before the COVID outbreak, the market didn't seem quite ready for it. Within WebHelp globally, I know that work-at-home models has been familiar before the COVID outbreak. I think both for our customers and for WebHelp, the topic is new in a way, even though we globally are familiar with the concept of working at home. But going forward, a strategy for a hybrid model working at home and from the office are an important process to explore. I mean, more and more companies will and are already definitely looking in the potentials and benefits from a work at home model. I mean, there can be a lot of potential benefits, such as, boosting improvement recruitment processes and less attrition, better work-life balance. That's just a few of the long list to mention. So coming from this situation that we're all experiencing together in the world now, I think can lead to something great in terms of work at home and office mix. Yeah.
Thank you. Are you ready for the next question? Our next question is for the chat channel. Okay, you showed that agents handle multiple chat interactions concurrently. Can you talk a bit more about how that was introduced? Did all agents handle 3 interactions from the start? Was there extra training, ramp up? And how did the agents react? This is around the chat channel.
Okay, so hi everyone, Linnea here. I'm going to answer this question. So since we were among the first ones within WebHelp to launch a web chat with the client, we didn't really know what best practice was when it came to be as efficient as possible. We also must remember that when we first launched, we only had around 4,000 interactions a month. So we didn't have a set number of simultaneous due to the low volume. But what happened then was that some advisors handled up to 7 interactions at the same time, while other ones didn't have any. So to spread that out evenly between all the advisors, we then started off with 2 interactions, and then as the volume increased, extended it to 3. If you were new at handling chat as a channel, then you started off with 2 interactions concurrently. But what we can see today is that the advisors of today, they are so up to date and familiar with using and interacting with these types of channels, so they get to handle 3 interactions at the same time, straight from the start. And we have not seen any lack of tone or efficiency by doing that. But it was all kind of a trial. We had to try it out to see what worked.
Do you have any best practices for that? Maybe recommendations, for others.
I think you should have to start off by looking at the volume and the agents you have working with the channel. I do think that starting off with 1 you will be able to start off with 2 at the same time, I would say, because it's quite easy. And today's advisors that works with customer service are really quick and up to speed with typing and emojis and all that sort of digital interaction. So I think you could dare to try two to straight from the start, and then exceed to 3 or more, depending on what kind of questions or what kind of client you have. Yeah.
The next question, this is coming in a couple of different ways. A lot of people are asking this question. So how did you sell digital transformation to leadership to get them to finance this change to chat? And another way that this came in is tips for how Swedish Rail made that transformation and made that business case for that transformation to move away from voice to digital so quickly.
Yeah, well, we have to then look back at the pre-study that we initiated, that WebHelp initiated, and cleared out, like, what are the goals, what do we want to achieve, and what is possible. So the pre-study showed great results in a more efficient customer service, a more digitized customer service that is more efficient as a result, but also with potential to increase the customer satisfaction. So I would say the first step you have to do is towards your clients, if you're in that position, look into the possibility of doing a quite deep pre-study on what the benefits could be, for being worth, for the customer to understand, wow, I do have to invest in a 1-year project, but this is what we're gonna get out from it, to get a perspective, see the cost savings, if you put it that way, but also not only to save, to be more cost efficient, you also have to be on top. You have to be, in the future of customer service, in the world of customer service, and that is changing, changing more rapidly and becoming more and more digitized. So as a successful company handling customers, I think, do we have a choice? We do need to get in there. How you want to start can be small. You doesn't have to take the whole pack to start off with. And that's why we do the analysis together with the clients based on the client's needs. We can then set up different modules to start off. Can start small and then grow. In this case with SJ, we went the full package at once. We had a strategic plan for a year on how to reach these fantastic goals we're seeing now, still working on continuously improving the results, going even further into the digitized world. So I think what's important is to understand the client's needs and present different modules, what we can start with, what we can then add on, because it's a lot of processes along the way that touch on all the operational, values. It's a fantastic journey if you dare to take it on, but I think what's important to know, if you're a company looking to digitize your customer services, do the evaluation, do a pre-study with a vendor of your choice, and then think about where do you want to start, and then go from there. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be very smooth. As Linnea mentioned before, as a takeaway, start with the low-hanging fruits. Where do we see a cost reduction potential that is also benefiting the client at the same time? It's an interesting journey, and it doesn't have to be difficult or overwhelming. But we have to understand that investments are important. But then again, start small, start big. You decide. Anything is possible.
We've got some more questions coming in around the chat channel. Are your service level expectations the same for chat?
No, I take this one too. I love this topic, service level. No, you know, in the web chat, in the chat digital assisted channels overall, customer is more, they are expecting a quick response. You don't want to wait, I don't know, let's say more than 1 minute to get your chat picked up. So we actually have our digital assisted channels as our highest prioritized service level group. What is fast and what is considering a great service level for example, a web chat can of course differ. We have found that if we answer within 60 seconds, we have a very great score on the general CSI. If we drop much below, let's say, going towards double that time, starts to decrease. This is important to follow. When setting your service level for digital channels, you should monitor it on a daily basis and then evaluate, try different levels, because you don't, there's no need to put 60 seconds, you know, average speed of answer if the customer is as happy with, let's say, 90 or 120 seconds. So that is something that is very important to evaluate in relation to customer service and the results that it's showing. So, and it's something that it's an interesting topic, but yeah, we do handle the service level different and it's much more prioritized.
So omni-channel and digital, this is new for many businesses out there. And so we're getting questions asking, do you really have agents handling a call and chats at the same time? And they're asking about how you compensate. Are they compensated differently?
Well, that's also a very good question. I jumped right into this one too. We do not handle calls simultaneously as web chat messenger. I'm not sure if that's a successful combo, because when you are skilled on handling chats, you know, you are in the flow of writing. You know, you can jump between 3 interactions, writing. You're in that state, and that is a better experience for the advisor, of course, and also that increase the chances of delivering a great experience, correct answer, great focus. I wouldn't recommend handling voice and a chat at the same time. I don't see that as a winning concept. However, if the advisors are compensated differently because of handling more interactions at the same time, I think we do understand the world of customer service is changing and becoming more digitized. Linnea, you were touching on the topic. There are like the majority of our advisors are also a generation that is more used to typing fast, and you know. So with the digital way of working, a lot comes down to efficiency and being able to handle several interactions at the same time, and that becomes the normal way of interacting with customers. So I feel like I don't believe in initiating different compensation where handling more interactions simultaneously. This can become a matter of then handling more interactions rather than focus on the quality and the customer experience, and we do not want to get there, you know. We have to be focused on the quality and not chasing numbers of chats. That would turn the operations upside down. I think that wouldn't be healthy, and I think a healthy way to look at this is to work with a model that boosts the advisors in their performance on a regular basis. Rather, for example, we work with a model called Boost. It stands for Building Outstanding and Original Self-Learning Teams. And as a part of Boost, tools exist in this model, and they are gamification and a marketplace. And then based on your operational targets and focus areas, can choose which KPIs you want to work with and then set goals accordingly for the advisors to achieve, motivating them, being rewarded with coins to spend in the marketplace or diamonds to use to gear up their avatar. So no, I don't think that's the right way to go in compensating more if you handle more interactions. It's the new normal, you know. We are in the digitized world of customer service. You need to look at a sustainable way to boost and engage your advisors on a daily basis, and there's a lot of ways to do that.
I know we've talked about it before, and you covered it in your presentation today. You've had some success with work from home and that transfer. So we have a question around that. What kind of change did you see in agent productivity when moving to work at home? They're asking about total number of chat interactions handled per day, like those sorts of metrics. And if so, are there any best practices you can share that you use to improve agent productivity?
Once again, very, very good questions. We haven't seen any results pointing at a higher efficiency, but with that say, I need to say that we are a highly efficient project to start off with. We haven't seen any decrease in efficiency. We are as much efficient as if everyone were at the office, as for an example now 45 to 50% are working from home. So we are very efficient. And we don't see any negative effects on other KPIs such as CSI or average handle time due to the fact that we're working from home. We get the opposite feedback from the advisors home. They feel that they are less distracted and more focused. So it has been very successful in our case. We haven't lost any commitment, engagement. We have improved attrition, improved sick leave results. So, and then there was a question on how many numbers of chats we handle on a daily basis. I would say it should span between 700 up to 1100, 1200. And what drives the volume up is when we have traffic disorders, as the web chat is an extremely popular way of contact when we have disorders in the traffic.
Where's the train? Where's
the train? It hasn't arrived. But I want to just chip in with something. I don't know if it's a question too, but speaking of web chat as the most popular way of contact, Messenger is taking over web chat volumes too. And it was very interesting now when I sat down a few days ago to look at the volumes for the coming months, and we see, wow, if we have a traffic disorder, you choose the web chat because you're going to get an answer straight away. If there is no rush for yourself, as Linnea mentioned, using Messenger is on your turn. You can get an answer straight away from us within 60 seconds, or you can choose to reply whenever you want to as a customer. But when we're not having traffic disturbances, the customer tends now to choose Messenger. That is, of course, part of our strategic plan showing on sj.sa. We boost for that Messenger way of contact, but that also takes over the email volume, which is fantastic. So
yeah,
Messenger is taking.
Someone's asking about that. Yes. Is email still a relevant channel for SJ?
So yes, it is. We want to give the customers the opportunity to reach us by email. Of course, it is very important. We wanna not exclude us as a channel. However, from the customer service perspective, we also know that that's the longest line in queue you will ever have to wait. So that's why we want to push the customer to try the experience of Messenger, because you will get an answer very quick, because that's where we have the broad capacity to reply quick. Then if you don't want to answer back with, then that's up to you. So we're actually strategically steering away from email. However, we do not overlook the importance of the option. But as we also, more and more becoming digitized in general out here in the world, we do see a decrease in email.
And let's see, let's look at it from a different perspective. What is the experience from your managers and your employees with your new system and the development of your tools that you're using? Do they love it? And what improvements are you looking to make? So the environment of handling omni-channel, asynchronous digital communication, is that how are they embracing that?
Yeah, I can start off just briefly, and then you can pinch in, from your experience with the web chat and messenger and social media, that you're running that show on a daily basis. But to start off with, when we took over the SJ service center operations, we did that by also launching Nice in Contact platform, and all of a sudden you have one system that you need to handle where you can answer all the interactions depending on what choice of channel the customer made. So that was, of course, very well received as a easy and flexible tool to work with for the advisor. And you could also distract the data individually, and now you could have suddenly you see your own dashboard and follow your own performance, which is also new and highly embraced amongst a lot of the advisors. So it was very well received, just having this new platform as a tool to, instead of having 7 different sites open, you just had one tool that you could answer all interactions on. But Linnea, what's your take on the feeling with using the tools we have integrated to handle the web chat? It seems very easy, but what is your take on that from an advisor experience?
Yeah, I think the key is that we have all the platforms integrated within Nice in Contact. So it's very easy to answer any kind of cases that you will receive from the customer. Because it's so easy for the advisors to handle, to be able to handle the digital channels are also very popular. So a lot of people like to handle customers through these types of channels due to the fact that it's easy and it's integrated and it's really adjustable to the different kind of purposes that the customer has. So I think it's really good.
Yeah, and also from the manager perspective, there was now having a platform, you can extract the data, you can consolidate the data. Meaning you have a whole team that you're going to coach, and you can have all the data on the performance in one sheet, and that is quite fantastic and smooth. It definitely supports the processes we have within people and quality management in terms of coaching and following up and providing right tools, right training, and so on. So it's been received very positively amongst both advisors and managers.
Another question here about Messenger. For staffing to accomplish around-the-clock support of Messenger, what would be the experience for a customer reaching out through Messenger, maybe in the middle of the night? Do you have agents staffing around the clock for Messenger, or what would be the experience for those customers using that channel?
Well, I think I can speak a little bit about that. I think it's really, it's really appreciated, and you would not expect as a customer to get a response from question, even though it's the messenger channel in the middle of the night. So I think it's just a positive thing. I know that we said that we didn't handle simultaneously the different channels at the same time, like at Omni, but we do kind of in a way, because the night staff are on the clock for during the night to be able to answer phone calls from customers, and when there's no customer calling, they handle the messenger channel. So they do that kind of simultaneously in one way. There's not that many people calling in the middle of the night. It's mostly due to if there's a traffic disturbance with the night trains, maybe, or something. But I do think it's really appreciated, and I know that I will be really excited if I contacted a customer service through Messenger, let's say when I leave from work, and just if I will be getting an answer like 9 o'clock at night, I would think that would be fantastic. If I would then contact them, let's say before I go to bed, and then I wake up with an answer, that would be fantastic. I wouldn't expect a customer service to be open 24/7 through Messenger. So I think that's a good,
Excellent.
something special that we got there.
I just want to also pinch in here. Totally, that's an amazing experience. Yeah, we need to be open 24/7. We run traffic. I mean, you have to be able to reach us if you're stranded somewhere late night. I know that not many, by far many, companies have an intention to have a 24/7 customer service availability. So what Linnea now mentioned too, I mean, depending on the opening hours for your company, we are open, let's say 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Regularly, and typing your questions on your way to work and then getting the answer on the way back, something like that is fantastic. But here there's a lot of possibilities to create a 24/7 feel of being open for your company by using digital self-service tools, for example, a chatbot or SEO optimized widgets that can help your customers in a great way, feeling that you're there for them around the clock, and not meaning that you have assisted advisors working. So
we took the opportunity that we already had. Kind of.
Yeah, and it
right.
Of course gives us the opportunity to just take it up a level. Yeah.
Let's see. I think we have time for one more question. Here's a great one. Tell me more about the Smart Q&A. Is this a plugin that you connect to your existing website?
The Smart Q&A. Yes. On the technical part, Linnea, you want to take that one?
Yeah, we do have internal a platform that we have connected to the website, and then we fill that up with information and question and answers, and analyzing the data and all the views that we get from it to be able to make it even better as we move along, depending on what kind of questions the customer has. So, yeah, it is an internal function that we have put on externally on the website too.
Excellent. Well, we've come to the end of our Q&A, and I want to thank you all for submitting some really great questions. And thank you to our speakers today, Elena and Linnea, and for their insightful responses to these questions. This brings us to the end of our webinar today. On behalf of NICE and Contact and WebHelp, thank you for attending today's session and have a great day.